say when I have to go to walk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WandaVision live reaction show and the Disney Plus drop of the week. Time right now is 11:55. We go live 5 minutes before just to get our early expectations. And let me tell you, our expectations have all of a sudden changed. We last left you after my network crashed. We were talking about the concept that WandaVision is similar to at least the bubble, the world in the bubble, because we saw in the last episode that Geraldine gets ejected from the world, still dressed in her 70s outfit, into the real world. And that immediately set off warnings that, hey, this kind of reminds me of Truman Show, which I watched for the first time just a couple weeks ago. That it is an entire bubble, an entire world with characters, and they're just not aware of the world that they're in. So it's interesting to see. It was very dark in the last episode, closer to the end. The moment she drops Pietro, aka Quicksilver, and the death in what was it, Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron.
In Age of Ultron, once she heard that, everything changed, and Wanda all of a sudden just snapped, and all of a sudden Geraldine is ejected and is surrounded by what we assume is FBI. Now, earlier today, we got a brand new trailer for this episode, and even more things. How Geraldine got into the world, or at least the bubble, at least how she got in is going to be covered in this episode, as seen in that trailer. Though I kind of feel that this shouldn't have leaked. It's not, I wouldn't call it leaked, but they shouldn't have released it just to give it a little bit more of that mysterious feel. I know it changed your expectations last week.
Totally. I mean, basically, we're getting out of essentially what I felt like was Wanda's mind, and we're actually going back into reality because we know there's an outside world going on that's not based on this. We know
darker force.
Exactly. Now we know that this is all in her mind, essentially, and there's going to be an outside force, a darker force, like you said, that's going to come into play now. Basically, we're at the halfway point of the series. So
yeah, and a lot of people have been like, when is this show anyways? This is too confusing, and all that. That's your vote,
and still
is, but at least it shifted your view on this series in that last episode. But I feel like they were starting to lose some of their audience when it came to that in the last episode, and that's why I feel like that they had to release it at this halfway point. It is a 9-episode season/series. We don't know if it's a mini series or a single season of many. We're still, again, it's one of those questions that we need answers to. So we are oh god.
Sorry about that.
We're almost there, folks. It is 11:59. Give us a few moments while we get our group watch set up. Hopefully the rain doesn't do anything to hamper us or our networks go down. Hopefully none of that happens today as we continue.
We live in Southern California. You know how crazy we become when it rains outside? We're freaking out.
Hashtag LA rain is
We're not thing. LA, but hashtag SoCal rain.
SoCal rain. That's unfortunately, it's the same mentality when it comes to earthquakes, man. We just go ballistic when those events happen. Anyways, it is midnight. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for WandaVision. And just like that, we can go right into that episode. You're still on the group watch. That's cool. Not that. Not that. It is midnight, ladies and gentlemen. WandaVision is now out. Episode 4 is here. And I completely forgot how to change the episode.
I think you hit the back button and you switch the episode. Genius.
It says join stream. No.
Well, I'm still at that 45-second mark of the episode. So, should I leave it, or should I just stay so you can switch it?
Let's leave it.
Got it.
Okay. And there it is. Okay. Change episode, episode 4, and I will be sending you the thing.
Got it.
Via Discord. There it is. Once again, we are getting our thing set up, and while you guys get your set up, we're going to start from 00, and we'll let you know when we officially begin. Steven, you're in?
Yes, sir.
Starting stream, and we're going to go roll back to 00. Roll back to 00, starting the show, episode 4. Have fun, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys on the end of the other on the other end of it. It is 34 minutes 43. How much of that is end credits? We'll see. Here we go.
I'm saying 14 minutes of end credits. Actually, that's too much. I'm saying 7.
That's the average. 6:56 I measured last episode. Anyways, hitting play in 3, 2, 1. Why is it in color? Who is that person?
In living color.
That's 1990s, fam.
Oh, close enough.
All right, there's the reality. Snap back to reality. Oh my. Ooh. The snap.
Ooh.
This is the blip. Snap back to reality. Oh, that wasn't expected. I just made a pun. Literally, snap back to reality. Oh my god.
Get it? You make puns of damage.
This is the blip, ladies and gentlemen. Gee, that hit deep.
No.
She took the charge. Ooh. If you're just joining us, we're at 2 minutes 12. In 2020? Ooh.
You know what? I've always been interested in like seeing how people deal with like everyone coming back all at
Yeah,
once.
because the only thing that we've seen so far, what am I saying, in canon, is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, but we didn't see them actually coming back, and then the immediate aftermath of them coming back. That like
That was
far from.
in a comedic context. We're looking at this from a serious context.
Oh yeah, damn crowded hospitals. Look familiar?
Sword. If you're just joining us, we are at 3 minutes 43 of WandaVision episode 4. The blip, there it is. Thank you, Spider-Man. Hold on, I gotta look this up. What year did the blip happen?
2017.
The blip is the return.
Oh,
2023. Her mom died 3 years ago, which would be 2020.
oh God.
Really was the worst year.
Tell me about it. I'm guessing Sword is the new Shield at this point.
The Phase 4 shield.
Mm-hmm. This guy looks familiar. I'm not sure where though. He's from.
Same. She knew?
Maybe. Or she was just prepared. Okay. That escalated things.
I really need to read the comics.
Welcome to the club, but I don't think I can. Like, I don't have the attention span to
No.
read anything anymore.
Not at the moment. I'm still
Yeah,
trying to
maybe
get through.
Go ahead.
I'm still trying to get through Thrawn, and now they just released, at least Star Wars, they just released the High Republic, and now I'm trying to get into the both. Oh, here it is, Westview. I don't know if it was you who said it, but I believe I read, or, hey, there he is. Kim Jong-un himself.
Randall Park himself.
Randall Park.
Keanu Reeves. Remember that. He punched Keanu Reeves.
So apparently Westview is a town that basically it blipped out, and apparently none of them came back. But, you know.
Interesting.
A Wrinkle in Time? West view, you just mirror the thing and it becomes west view.
Genius. Is it west view or view west?
The Force. This is getting really, really good, I have to say. It's... Oh! There it
the
is.
helicopter.
It's the helicopter. But it's blue.
Hmm.
She flies it better than you.
Thanks. It's very nice of you. By the way, that's a helicopter, so I assume it's easier to control. All you got is vertical and pitch.
So yeah, this looks like a CRT screen because of all the static. You would not see that in, at least I don't think, you wouldn't see that in LED TVs today.
I don't think so. I like how he's just standing there. He's not doing anything to like pull her back.
Uh,
Come on, man.
a monk?
Oh, it's her. It's Darcy from Thor.
If you're just joining us, we're at 11:31. So it's a response. Ooh. I believe this episode's also going to establish how fast the eras change. Because this all takes place between 50s to 70s. Nothing. Oh. $5G. Why so old? Wow. Yeesh.
Broadcasting TV signal.
Millennials. That's something that Ellen expects a millennial to say. That's the guy.
What guy?
The guy that
Oh,
we see climb out of the
yeah,
manhole.
got it.
So
It's
what
all coming
causes it
full
to
circle
reverse? That's that's the big thing because we saw that little rewind, and then they forget that he ever appeared. I have a feeling Jimmy Woo is what do you call it? Martin Short's character. Not Martin Short. Martin. Oh God. Martin Freeman for Phase
So
4.
so he's Bilbo Baggins.
No, it's just the other Olsen twin. I love this angle already. That's Disney. Nobody asked, is it good?
Not the point. It's hilarious though.
Women in STEM. Gotta love it. Oh, that's the end of episode 1. All right, Dallas, we're gonna see you guys later. Yeah, we go weekly on this, just like we did weekly on Mandalorian, just on lower viewership numbers. Ooh,
I'm starting to dig this premise here. Very interesting. Oh.
oh no, not the cup noodles. and that's episode 2 in the was it the housewives meeting? I almost said
Yeah,
HOA. But yeah,
the
the
Housewives and
housewives.
a talent show
Yeah,
when
the
Matt
for the children one.
for the children.
Even though there was no children at all. Ooh, that's an unanswered question. Why was it in color? Why was it in color? The rest black and white. That's one thing that hasn't been answered yet.
Trying to figure out audio issues during the live stream.
I was gonna say it's like, what is it with? He's wearing two headsets, but I was like, oh wait, no, it's intercommunication. I mean, that's like me wearing this headset and speaking in this. Went to commercial. All right, next should be the 70s episode.
That 70s show?
This is the 70s now, I believe. No, this is still the end of that episode.
How does this guy have a long enough line?
They had a ton of. They had an entire spool. Yeah, so it does go underneath.
Sheesh, this guy's been crawling for at least a long time.
Ezra Bridger would have no problem crawling through that vent. White sus. White sus. You just caught venting. Oh, it cut. Ooh. So he's stuck there.
Is that a jump rope?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's in color, too. Technicolor.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
You're good.
My bad.
I will say, there's not much content left with 12 minutes to go.
There hasn't been a commercial break.
We're in the 70s. Here we go. The ejection of Geraldine. Gotta love those baked lays. Gotta get that profit in. Fam, that's fresh off the boat. You would know.
What are you trying to say? He looks like me?
No. I mean, remember when that show was big? Come on. That was like the first 3 seasons, and then it did.
That show was big, and and my family made fun of me because I looked very, very similar to one of the lead children back in the day.
Yeah. This is us watching this. What's that symbol? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ooh. Director's cut.
Whoa, widescreen.
Ooh. Oh, I love it. Oh, the aspect ratio when it changes like that, you know it's gonna cut to credits.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to look like a fight. Oh,
Damn.
damn. She was just yeeted out of there.
Yeeted out through 4 or 5 walls.
She used the dark side of the force.
This ain't no forest.
She used the. Wow. She's really in denial right now about something.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting how she's. Oh, what the Oh my god. Yo. That was terrifying. Disney Plus.
I will say, though, I am very, very interested now.
Wow. Wow.
That's how you do it.
Still a 6 minutes and change of. Wow. Well. That what? Wow. Now this is the way. This
This
is
is what I've
good.
been waiting for. You see,
I've
that's
been
how
waiting for
a
this one.
premise should be made. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong, the first episodes were kind of iffy and a little boring.
You got to
but
say it's the setup. It's
Yeah.
they stretched out the setup, and at the halfway point right now we are only starting to get into the mystery,
Yeah,
and I'm really enjoying it. This is an A+ episode.
basically, right now, basically is for me. This is exactly where the show started to click with me.
Yeah.
It's basically becoming a Marvel show again instead
The
of just
yeah. Instead of the sitcom something's in the background. Now the background is in the foreground, and we get the full explanation of what's going on in the first 3 episodes. And honestly, I'm actually liking it. Like, I actually like the story being told this way.
Yeah.
But why stretch it out? Like, this could have easily been done in the 3rd episode. But I feel like they needed to sneak in some parts. You know, you sneak in those parts. Um, like, you know, the blips at the end. You had the person in a hazmat suit, the red helicopter, all of those things. You know, they purposefully did it to set up this episode. And now we are really getting somewhere with this series. Um, let's go back to the beginning, where, oh man, I already forgot the name. Why am I like this? I shouldn't be doing this at night. Geraldine's name.
Geraldine, Monica,
Monica.
Monica
She
Rambo.
we start. She's a victim of the blip, and then she gets re-blipped into existence again. And her mission is to go check out Westview, which has been taken over by Wanda. The question that we still have in the air is, how did she get there? Why is she doing this? Who's doing this to her? And
Yeah. The last time we saw her was at Tony's funeral.
that's right. How did she get here? Where exactly this is, I don't think it's been.
But actually, wasn't she talking with Hawkeye at the end of it too? At the end of Endgame, I believe it was Hawkeye and Wanda talking with each other.
End of Endgame, you say?
Yes, let me see. Yeah, it was. It was Hawkeye and Wanda just standing on the lake.
Well, no, I see her standing with.
It's
Unless
past
it's past the funeral.
past that. Yeah, it's past the funeral
I see
part.
it.
It's just Hawkeye and Wanda talking.
Right before Happy Hogan.
Yeah, right before Happy Hogan. They're talking about something. Now I'm like reading like what fan theories are saying about it.
What we should
That's-
really be looking at is the source, the comics.
Oh, the comics. That'll take too long. I need answers, and I need answers now.
So, that's still a question that's still left up in the air. But now we don't know anything what's going to go into this latter half of the season. It is a 9-episode season, so we have 5 more episodes to see what happens next. And then the rest of the episode, we see those puzzle pieces that were hidden in the background, and little snippets of like, why is it colored? Oh yeah, that's another thing. Why is it colored? The helicopter colored. Why did it change the rope? The hazmat dude was. Why did it change to a jump rope?
Maybe it's something to do with the kids. Maybe because she wants a family, and then jump rope. It's like childhood and kids. The colors were like what you buy it at, like if you get like an RC helicopter. It could be something.
Something for the children.
For the children.
For
That
the
is
children.
way.
For the children is this show's version of This Is the Way. Guaranteed.
Because it's her wanting to have a family.
And then it all culminates at the end of the episode with the ejection of Geraldine, of Monica, back into the real world. And it's interesting because she goes in all with her, in her business getup, and all of a sudden she exits in her 70s outfit, in like fully costumed and all in the makeup and stuff. But that ejection, though, we didn't see that in the last episode. And she was basically force pushed through many walls, um, and then just bam, she's in a field at the base, and that's all very interesting to me. So more of that mystery, hopefully. Oh man, and then also that creepy vision, that unsettling
One.
version,
Oh, Dead Vision.
dead vision. It's like, oh, that like that's the dark turn. This is Marvel and Disney's version of Black Mirror, and we saw it at that point, and I'm very
So we're at
excited.
so we're
I,
at like the mind part, like the total mind fuck at this point.
at that yeah at that like at this the final few minutes, um, that those final 6 or so minutes, and then she goes, after she ejects it, she fixes her reality, and then does that, and just goes, sits down, and carries on as if nothing happened. And it's interesting to see. So now, excuse me. Question is, what are we going to see in the next episode? Are we going to see more of the mission, or are we going to see more setup?
I feel like mission. I feel like they're gonna like try to get what they can out of Monica, and then I feel like they're gonna go in.
I'll also say that Catherine Hahn's character, um, she is seen in real life, in one of the early trailers with Wanda. So, and that looks like it takes place in the present day. So, some of the characters that have been played, including Discount David Schwimmer, um, all those characters, their real life counterparts. So I believe that those they're actually actors. But then some speculation has been saying that, oh, Catherine Hahn's character is really a witch, or something like that, and so now I'm a little bit conflicted. Like, I'm thinking that these people are the real residents of Westview, and they're being in control, or under the control of Wanda, or they're the ones who are actually, it's one of those things where you don't really know, and all you can do is speculate. It's crazy to me, man.
Totally. I mean, this is like one of those shows where we had no idea what's it gonna be about from the start. I know it has to
From
do
this
with
very
Monica,
beginning.
but we've been at a complete loss. Like compared to other Disney shows like Mando, we actually had an idea of what's it gonna be about.
Very
Mando.
linear. This
Very
is more of a thought provoking. You really have to think into some of the messages, uh, subliminal messages in this one.
yeah.
And I really thought that there would be more emphasis on the ads, like, Hydra, the Hydra soap, the Stark
Well,
toaster.
I feel like they already made enough mentions with the ads. I mean, what more can there be? Stark, yes. Um, Strucker, Hydra. I mean, what else can they
Would
reference?
you
Maybe
think that
a lot.
those are just references, or could they be something like, could these things have something to do with future episodes?
I don't think it'll do anything with future episodes. I feel like these are just references because of what
Fan
her.
service stuff?
I don't want to say it's fan service. I want to say it's also based on what she's been through. Like those things have had a significant part of her life. Like Strucker experimented. Ultron basically was saying, we're gonna get you payback." Stark
Stark,
basically,
Stark.
Stark is Stark.
Stark is
Essentially.
Stark, basically.
Yeah. So I don't feel like it was really fan service. I feel like they're referencing it because it's just part of her like mind. She's gonna remember those, so it's just like messing with her because all her memories are gonna become part of like what she's have in mind right now because
Yeah.
like her perfect life. But at the same time, those things are going to come up again.
That's a very interesting way to say it. I mean,
Well, that's just me.
yeah,
Because,
and I
and
agree. I agree.
and like right now, I don't think we're going to go back into the sitcom period TV show of the first 3 episodes. I think we're going to move on now between like basically Sword trying to figure out what's going on with Wanda. Why is she doing this?
And try to get her out potentially. I mean, I think that's the obvious answer. Like why they're making a huge deal of this. Like, yeah, it's paranormal activity, but they could potentially take her out of the situation because she's basically the one who's in control of everything. I mean, she was the one who ejected Geraldine.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, this is her. This is like her like perfect world.
Yes.
She doesn't like want any outside influence, but at the same time, the reality is trying to say, "Hey, you can't do this. This isn't right. We're here to help. Help."
We're here to help, but she doesn't want help. She likes the world that she's living in because it's with Vision. It's the only way that she can keep Vision alive in her memory. And it's in the form of corny 50s, 60s, and 70s sitcoms. And a lot of people were really hoping for an 80s episode today. Um, I myself, before the release of this trailer, which I feel like is a spoiler alert uh, prior to the thing, do you think it would have been better for us to not have watched the trailer before watching this episode?
Um,
Let me rephrase that. Was it a good idea that we watched the trailer before watching this episode?
I feel like yes, because then you probably have a more understanding of what's going on. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're like a true diehard Marvel fan that's understanding all the references in the MCU like films, then yeah, I don't think like watching the trailer would probably be unnecessary because you will understand what's going on.
Especially if you've seen the comics and you kind of expect a little bit of a mix between the
Yeah,
comics and
like
original story.
yeah, I feel like they dropped the trailer just for people to get to like give basically like a hint to the audience saying like, hey, this is where we're going next. So in case you were like completely lost in the beginning of the series, like I was, they just want to throw up basically a lifeline saying, hey, we're gonna go this way now. You might be familiar with this kind of like linear storyline now.
I feel like this is going to be $1 billion question. Do you think Disney released this because people weren't understanding the concept of the series, and as a result, it was losing viewership week after week?
I do feel like that. I feel like releasing the trailer was a marketing technique because I want to like I'm gonna assume that the viewership for WandaVision is not as high as how it was for Mandalorian, because like I said, compared to like Mandalorian, this is more of a niche type audience show.
And not to mention that there have been many other Marvel series in the past. It's not like this is the first. This is just the first one on Disney Plus, like as a Disney Plus original. So it's people have already seen Agents of Shield, all the other ones on like the ones on Freeform, Netflix, and all of them, and they've had that expectation. Marvel fans have different expectations than Star Wars fans, than what we're normally used to. So the Avengers fans, or Marvel fans rather, they already have that expectation based on what they've seen on prior episodes, and that's what I think is, and this is all speculation, in my own personal opinion, that I don't think WandaVision is doing that good because people aren't fully
Well,
understanding it.
yeah, I mean, I had the same problem to begin with. And I don't think there's a lot of people that would watch this show unless they're actually willing to like watch it and understand and be like they have to be actual fans to watch this show.
Fully invested.
Exactly.
Because
Just
for casual
show,
fan, oh, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, yeah. Because watching this show actually requires a lot of like you gotta understand a lot of references to actually understand it.
And a lot
Because
of these references coming from the comic books, And as a person who's seen many of the many, not all, of the MCU, which is what I'm basically basing my knowledge of these characters and these storylines from. Like, I'm just only MCU only. I haven't read any of the comics. I know they go as far back as like the 1940s, 1950s, yada and yada. But to the casual fan, to the person who just watched the four Avengers quadrilogy, or some of the Spider-Man ones, because the MCU is really good for pick and choose, but and then you have a series like WandaVision where you're not always going to get it, where you're not always going to get many of the references. It would be a problem for those casual viewers, and that's my worry with this series, as we hit the halfway point of the show. That being said, you know, it's just a worry that it's not as successful as everybody thought it was gonna be. Dare I say,
I mean,
overhyped.
like I said from the start, like I didn't really have high expectations for this type of show. I feel like this is gonna be like a one and done series because I don't really think you can expand upon the premise of it. So
You really can't. You really
yeah,
can't. And not. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Um, Personally, I'm okay with this being a one and done, because you can't really do a second season about this unless she does it again. But what's the likelihood that she'd do it again? So I'm perfectly okay with this as a 9 episode series arc, which isn't bad, but a lot of people would definitely expect more, especially people who are paying the $70 for the annual pass, like yourself and mine. Except I paid that D23 Expo 3-year deal, so I'm locked in at 3 years. So hey, keep it coming. It's just that 2020 was just a massive uh, shit stain.
end of story. It sucked. End of story.
We were expected to get so many series, but because of COVID, they were delayed. I believe we were even supposed to get WandaVision last year.
I think so. Yeah.
WandaVision last year, Kenobi this year, but Kenobi began production this year. There's so many Disney Plus series that we were promised, and a lot of people are saying that, oh, Disney Plus isn't really worth it because they didn't deliver on time. No shit, they didn't deliver on time because of COVID. They couldn't shoot on schedule. Many of the ABC shows, Hulu, dare I say even Netflix, HBO Max, HBO Max, let's use that as an example. The Friends reunion, that was supposed to be last year, delayed due to COVID. And a lot of people are already giving, like, yeah, the subscription numbers are high. 83 or 89.3, I believe, is the last count, or 80 something million subscribers. And with WandaVision coming out shortly after the release of the Mandalorian, just having one new show to deliver for these, like, at least flagship shows, flagship shows. So for a Star Wars brand, that's the Mando, that's Mandalorian. At least in the context of what was promised initially, Mandalorian's that. WandaVision is the current flagship for Marvel. Take a look at what they're doing at Pixar, Monsters at Work. That is supposed to be the flagship series, the first Pixar series ever made, and that's still coming soon. I believe we were expecting it last year, but it got delayed. And then a lot of other live action Disney properties. And then also for Nat Geo, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which was promised a second season, but again, because of COVID, most likely it wasn't shot on time. And now we have to wait another year. So a lot of the people who bought the 3-year plan at the D23 Expo in 2019, they aren't really getting what it's worth because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. And now we have the vaccine. Things are slowly but surely going back to normal. And hopefully 2022 will be the breakout year for Disney Plus content. Yeah, we currently have our current slate, and if you notice, it's slowly ramping up. A lot of productions we're already expecting. Again, Kenobi's begins production. I think it already began production earlier this month. We have Andor coming soon, and many of these are expected to be 2022 stuff. Book of Boba Fett coming 2021. A lot of new Disney Plus content, which I'm very excited for. Hopefully they're going to be good, but some of them won't always be good. So, in case of WandaVision, I've rated it a 9 out of 10, and I'll continue to rate it a 9 out of 10. But if you look at other people that aren't really huge Marvel fans or huge Disney shills like myself, it's a little bit worrisome for the casual viewer, which Disney Plus is supposed to be for the casual viewer, VOD, video on demand, whenever you want. But WandaVision probably isn't that serious. Wouldn't you say? It's not. Nobody's gonna binge it.
Like when it comes to WandaVision, I mean, they could have made. There's a lot more series that they're working on right now that's going to be more popular than WandaVision. This is just something to like hold the audience for the time being until they can finish up those series and get them done.
And again, who do we blame for that?
I'm not going to talk. I don't want to like.
let's not talk about that.
I don't want to give it any credit anymore.
No.
I mean, the more you talk about it, the more you're just going to keep on thinking about how everything's been ruined because of it. And that's just not healthy in the end. You just got to like accept it and move on, even though it's not easy to say or do.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right here, right now. 2022 will be the year for Disney Plus.
Would you like to bet money on it?
Oh God, no. I'll bet you 400 Dogecoin that 2022 will be the year of Disney Plus.
Dogecoin, so that's what'd you say it was, like $34?
No, that's 700. Well, the price of Dogecoin right now is, it's almost 1 o'clock, by the way, so pre-market should be beginning soon.
Oh, nice.
It went down 5 cents. 5 cents a Dogecoin.
Wow, I didn't know Stonk Talk continued until the next morning of the next day.
Oh, fuck you, Robinhood. What the hell is this? Due to extraordinary market conditions, instant deposits are temporarily unavailable for crypto. But that's crypto. What are we talking about? This is the WandaVision live reaction. I was just going off on the state of Disney Plus and how this show fits in the plan of Disney Plus. And again, those are just my personal opinion. You know, if you feel free to disagree with me, but also feel free to leave a comment and say why I'm wrong. I'm a man. I can take it. Do you have any final thoughts?
Can't wait till the next episode. I don't like being left on
the next episode.
I hate being left on cliffhangers. It's the worst feeling ever. It's freaking delayed gratification.
Every single episode we've left off with cliffhangers, and I'll say it, I love it.
I mean, that's how they get you to come back and watch it. I mean,
yes, that's how they keep you for $7.99 beginning in February, or $70.
$7.99.
$7.99. Who cares? I'm paying the annual pass. Anyways,
we'll see what happens. I got 1 year until it ends, so we'll see how Disney Plus is.
Last thing before we go. Rating of the show, of the episode.
Of the episode, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 9.
I liked how it finally
Explain
started
the subliminal messaging.
subliminal messaging, how it became more of a TV show, like became familiar with
It
me.
became Marvel.
I wouldn't say it became Marvel. It just became more of a
Felt
TV show.
Marvel?
No, I just say it's where it clicked with me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use that word, clicked. But yeah, I'm enjoying how it's finally moving along now. It's like at a steady pace now, instead of having it like all be like backstory and
Right.
prologue and stuff in the first couple episodes. We're actually getting to the nitty gritty parts, which I
Yes.
actually appreciate now.
The meat
Because
and
that's what I've been
potatoes.
looking for. This is
We
where the curiosity is actually coming out now, because this is what I was looking into. I didn't like. Don't get me wrong. Like I know how all the trailers were saying like, oh, it's a TV show, it's a comedy based on Wanda. I'm like, okay, I get that part, but why? Why did you create this type of show? What does it mean?
What's
And now
doing
we're
this?
finally getting to that. So I really
Who's
appreciate
doing this to you?
exactly.
Well, anyways, guys, that. Oh, sorry.
We're good.
Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight and this week, right here on our WandaVision live reactions show. We will be back next Thursday. Expect a new Stock Talk, new vlog, and a new episode of this in late night. If you want to catch it all, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, we go weekly with this show. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your evening and have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So long.